Hello everyone, my name is Eric Añero. Before retinol, there was fish eye. This is the title of the presentation that I'm going to do. Before I knew what a retina was, I already had a relationship with vitamin A. It began at the dinner table with fish eyes. I grew up eating fish eyes because they tasted good and because they were part of our culture. At the time, I knew nothing about biochemistry. I simply knew that this part of the fish was valued. Then I studied nutrition, and the connection became clearer. Vitamin A is essential for vision, especially in low light. In the retina, a form called retinal helps produce rhodaspin, a light-sensitive pigment. For me, this presentation begins there, between tradition and science. I call vitamin A the double agent of nutrition. It supports vision, immunity, growth, reproduction, and cellular development. Because it's fat soluble and stored in the body, too much preformed vitamin A can also become toxic. The key word here is balance. A vitamin is an organic compound the body needs in small amounts for normal metabolism, growth, and development. Vitamin A belongs to the fat-soluble group, together with vitamin D, E, and K. Because these vitamins can be stored in the body, they provide reserves, but excessive intake can also accumulate. Vitamin A connects several areas: culture, vision, immunity, growth, and the supplement debate. That combination of benefits and risk is what makes it so interesting. Vitamin A is absorbed with dietary fat and stored mainly in the liver. This protects the body during periods of low intake. But it is also why excessive intake of preformed vitamin A can become harmful. Now let's look at the many names of vitamin A. Vitamin A is a family of related compounds. Retinol is an important transform form. Retinol is essential for vision. Retinoic acid helps regulate gene activities and cell development. Retinol esters are storage forms. And beta-carotene is a plant precursor that the body can convert into active vitamin A. There is two types of vitamin A sources. Vitamin A comes through two main nutritional pipelines. Preformed vitamin A comes from animal food such as liver, eggs, dairy products, and some fish. Provitamin A carotenoids come from plant foods such as sweet potatoes, carrot, pumpkins, peppers, and dark leafy greens. Beta-carotene is a precursor. The body converts it into active vitamin A according to need. This is why eating carotenoid-rich food is different from taking large amounts of preformed vitamin A in supplements. The 7 major jobs of vitamin A are the following. It supports vision, immunity, reproduction, growth, cell differentiation, healthy skin and mucous membranes, and gene regulation. It is much more than simply the vitamin associated with carrots. So let's look at the mechanism of vision. In the retina, retinal combines with a protein called opsin to help form rhodaspin. Rhodaspin is especially important for seeing in dim light. When vitamin A becomes too low, rhodopsin cannot be regenerated efficiently and night blindness may appear. When vitamin A becomes too low, rhodopsin cannot be regenerated efficiently. Vitamin A also supports immunity. I think of it as the body's border control system, nothing to see with ice. It helps maintain protective tissues in places such as the eyes, lungs, and digestive tract. These surfaces form an important first line of defense. Vitamin A also supports growth, reproduction, and normal development. It helps cells become specialized tissues. harmful. This is one reason balance is particularly important during pregnancy, when both deficiency and excess can be harmful. For adult men, the recommended dietary allowance is 900 micrograms RAE per day. For adult women, it is 700 micrograms. The adult upper intake level for preformed vitamin A is 3000 microgram RAE per day. Now let's look at the sources of vitamin A. Animal sources include liver, eggs, dairy, fish, and fortified food. Plant sources include sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkin, pepper, and dark leafy greens. Liver is especially concentrated because it's a major storage organ for vitamin A. That makes portion size and frequency important when eating liver. So now, how is vitamin A digested and absorbed? Because vitamin A is fat soluble, dietary fat helps with absorption. This is why food pairing matters. Carrot, sweet potatoes, and leafy green can be eaten with peanuts, seeds, avocado oil, and other sources of fat. Now let's look at the transport and storage. After absorption, vitamin A travels through the bloodstream with the help of transport protein, especially retinol binding protein. The liver stores much of the body's reserve. So vitamin A is not only connected to eyesight. Its absorption, transport, storage, and toxicity are also connected to fat metabolism. Deficiency can also weaken immune defenses and interfere with growth and development. Severe deficiency can progress from night blindness to more challenging conditions like xerophthalmia, beta spots, corneal damage, and eventually irreversible blindness. Now we meet the other side of the double agent. Too much preformed vitamin A can cause hypervitaminosis A. Possible effects include headache, nausea, dry skin, hair loss, liver injury, bone effects, and serious risks during pregnancy. That is why my supplement strategy is simple. Food first. Supplements can be useful when there is a diagnosed deficiency or another clear medical reason. But high-dose vitamin A should not be taken casually. More is not automatically better. So let's now try to build a vitamin A plate. A good vitamin A plate combines carotenoid-rich vegetables with some fat and protein. So let me propose snack and meal recipes here. For my snack, I choose sweet potatoes peanut bites. How about that? The sweet potato provides beta-carotene, while the peanut butter provides fat that can support absorption. For the meal, I choose sweet potatoes, spinach, peanut butter. For the meal, I'll choose sweet potatoes, spinach, peanut stew. It combines carotenoid-rich vegetables with fat and protein in a practical, affordable, and culturally grounded meal. Now let me quickly take you again between tradition and science. I also wanted to highlight moringa. In many countries, particularly in Africa and other parts of the global south, moringa leaves have long been used as food. Science helps explain some of that traditional value. Moringa leaves contain provitamin A carotenoids, including beta-carotene. Comparisons with carrots vary depending on whether fresh leaves, dried powder, serving size, and moisture content are being compared. The important point is that moringa is a nutrient-dense source of carotenoids and a good example of traditional knowledge meeting modern nutrition science. So the strategy is simple. Respect tradition, understand the science, control the dose. Thank you.